Welcome to the City of Tehachapi Newscast. I'm Key Budge.
I'm Maya Acosta.
And we're excited to try and bring you a new delivery on information. Maya, you're out in the field all the time. You're getting stories, and now we want to kind of encapsulate, bring everything together, and deliver one package. It's be a little lengthy, but hopefully you'll get all the information in one sitting.
Yeah, so this will be kind of a recap of the month of March.
Yeah. So things to look forward to as we get out of some bad weather months, and we look forward to a warm spring and summer. We've got a $2.7 million in new asphalt taking place north side of the train tracks in the neighborhood closest to the airport. Those neighbors have been very patient. We've got some rehabilitation, some replacement, rejuvenation. It's going to be a lot of asphalt work. We've also got some work that's going on over by the high school at Valley and Denison. The work had started already earlier this year, but we had a delay because they found a fiber optic line right in the middle of the intersection. And with that, the company that owns that fiber optic line had to move it. So that way we can continue with curb and gutter. There'll be asphalt work that's done later in the year. The work that's about to take place, they're going to try and do it during spring break to minimize the impact to those going to and from school every day.
Fantastic. That'll be a great addition and help that whole intersection near the school flow better for pedestrians and traffic alike. Another exciting project that we have underway is the Tehachapi Rodeo Event Center. We have some new landscaping and fencing that is going in there. So over 1,000 feet of new fencing from the VIP entrance all the way to the Denison overpass there at Highway 58. We'll see brand new, beautiful fencing, as well as a lot of new landscaping that has been done by our in-house landscaping crew. So we're excited to see that underway. They've dug out all of the sterile dirt so far and are getting things prepped for what's to come.
Yeah, a lot of great work. That team puts in some very hard work, beautification, so you'll see all those improvements. It's just some of the things that we actually talk about also on our podcasts.
Yes, exactly.
And recently we had our 500th episode. We go back to March 1st of 2020, and we've had a ton of different guests on the show. And you had some great shows that you hosted. Yeah,
and to kind of celebrate 500 episodes and kind of mark maybe a new chapter in the podcast, we're looking for new theme music for the podcast. So our open and close music, we are looking for local musicians to submit a song, original song, to us that would fit in well with, kind of the theme and mission of the podcast, which is community connection and just shining a light on what's going on here in Tehachapi. So if you are a local musician, please think of submitting your song to us. You can email myself, macosta@tehachapicityhall.com, and we will review those. The musician that is selected, whether it's a soloist or a band, we will invite you on the podcast to talk a little bit about yourself. And of course, your music will remain as the open and close for many years to come, likely.
Yeah, the name of the podcast, Tehachapod, named by two employees here at the City of Tehachapi. We've had a previous music that was given to us early on, and it's time to just allow another local musician to shine.
Yes, and something exciting as well with the podcast is that we've started to video that. So in addition to obviously being able to listen to it on all streaming services, you can now watch the podcast as well, see what it's like here in the studio, and you can find that on our YouTube. So speaking of that, we've got a couple clips of this month's new video versions of the podcast, I should say, for you guys to check out.
Last year in 2024, we took in just shy of 10,000 dogs.
Wow.
And I know that number may seem very high, but with no context, that's the most dogs we've taken in about 15 years. Mm-hmm. And that's a crisis. But the biggest thing that we're grateful for is that we have a social media following, mm-hmm. where we post those animals, especially the ones that are most in jeopardy of not making it out of the shelter. We post those animals on our social media, and one of the things that folks can do that's really easy is to follow the organizations that are saving these animals and share those posts about those animals that need homes. We put on spay and neuter clinics all throughout the county. The nonprofits here locally put on spay neuter clinics. Finding those organizations on social media and sharing those posts to increase the amount of eyeballs that see them and engagement that we get from the community. Those are a couple of real simple ways that you can help out.
So the journey started in 2018. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I did some projects on the side, and as I did projects, money went into building the bodega for him. So he had this vision, and it all started from him being living in Germany when he was in the Air Force back in the 70s. He traveled Europe. He also volunteered with restaurants that he liked and learned the cuisine. And so what we wanted this place to be was kind of an extension of our house, because at our home, we've always had friends and family come in. We never knew who was coming in through that door, but we knew that somebody would come and we would have wine, we would have food, music, just kind of a pleasant place to be. And we wanted it to be comfortable for everybody, especially for women. He wanted to make sure that women felt comfortable coming into the bodega and not being, hassled by anybody. That they could be there at any time and just enjoy a conversation and share some wine.
The month of March was very busy for the podcast, as we've discussed so far, but some of the other episodes that are noteworthy, we talked to TCTA for their upcoming show Enchanted April. We talked to the Tehachapi Build-A-Plane program, the president and vice president, to learn more about what they offer there at the Tehachapi Municipal Airport. And then we also talked to the franchisee of Jersey Mike's that is opening this week here in Tehachapi. And we spoke with Hydro Store to learn more about their project out in Mojave and how it will impact us here in Tehachapi.
Not only the podcasts are a way we tell stories, but you're out in the field just telling these stories in these little video shorts. And it doesn't matter what the weather's like or whatever the circumstances, you're out there getting that information to get it to the community as fast as possible.
Yeah, I had some fun with the unpredictable March weather that we had. Snow, rain, sunshine, we saw it all. But a couple of videos that you'll see upcoming, I poked fun at the cold and the wet weather that we were having. So we'll take a peek at the farmer's market application video and the Tehachapi Snow ASMR video, if you will. So that is coming up next.
The ASMR, that was one that threw me because I had no idea what it was. Generational difference, you enlightened me, and that blew up. That went Tehachapi viral.
It did, yeah. We got lots of views on that, so in case you didn't see it, here it is. As I'm standing out here in the cold, it's great to enjoy this winter weather for a while. It's pretty to look at, but man, do I miss those warmer months. Summertime when Green Street is full of people and the street is lined with vendors. There's live music here in the plaza. What I wouldn't give for summer.
Now, just imagine the smell of freshly popped kettle corn, the sound of acoustic music, the feel of the lovely warm sun, and all the goodies you get to buy. Fresh baked bread, locally grown strawberries, peaches and nectarines, veggies galore, organic and locally sourced honey, homemade candles, and handcrafted decor. The list goes on and on. This whole wonderful scene I just painted in your mind, well, it's a reality. It's the Tehachapi Farmers Market.
Well, all things considered, it is good to note then that the farmers market applications for our 2025 season are now open on our website. But enough of this wistfulness and hoping for some sunshine. I'm going back inside. The City of Tehachapi, Houchin Community Blood Bank, and the Tehachapi Valley Healthcare District have been teaming up since 2019 to host community blood drives here at Tehachapi Vineyard Church. These drives have saved hundreds of lives throughout the year, but today's blood drive left a significant impact on one local Tehachapi resident. The March blood drive not only saw all of its 50 appointments booked, but plenty of walk-ins as well. Today's drive alone has the potential of saving more than 150 lives across Kern County. But many of today's blood drive attendees chose to donate in support of one special Tehachapi resident. 7-year-old Jocelyn was diagnosed with B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. During her 2.5 years of treatment, she would receive blood and platelets once a month. Her mother said that they are also attendees of the Tehachapi Vineyard Church, where our blood drives are hosted. Not only did the community show up in full force to donate in Jocelyn's name, but Jocelyn received a special surprise. The AZ Foundation Group, with support from the Tehachapi Cancer Foundation, gifted Jocelyn with a trip to Disneyland. Of course, you can donate blood at any time at a Houchin Community Blood Bank, but stay tuned for the City of Tehachapi's next blood drive coming up at the end of May. For more information on how you can support, go to hcbb.com. TCTA's first show of the 2025 season is set to hit the BK stage here very soon. As one of the cast members, I'm going to take you inside to see a sneak peek behind the scenes of what it takes to put on a production like this. First things first, we've got to get into costume. I have the honor of playing the character Rose in Enchanted April.
Rose.
Rose!
Rose!
4 women who are all practically strangers and all with seemingly very different lives decide to go to Italy together. They get away from the dreary London weather, their drab lives, and their demanding husbands to paradise.
Malage! It's only a tunnel, Lottie. Tunnel.
As they enjoy their stay at an enchanted Italian seaside castle, they reconnect with themselves and those closest to them. The show will pull at your heartstrings. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and ultimately, you too will wish to spend a spring in Italy. Enchanted April will debut March 28th here at the BK Theater and will run through April 14th. You can purchase tickets now online at tctaonstage.com.
Just a whole series of great videos that Maya put together out there talking to the community, also performing at TCTA.
Yes.
But we also take the time to make sure that we talk about our economic development, Corey Costello, and the information that he's got to share with the latest in the business world.
Our latest economic development email update is out. Details about the Tehachapi Town Center and new tenants in the city's oldest shopping center. Plus, Jersey Mike's has announced their grand opening date, and Pacific Steel Group breaks ground on the Mojave Micro Mill Steel Project. Details on that and more, you can read it or subscribe online at our website, liveuptehachapi.com.
Now, in addition to our podcast and all the videos that we put out, we of course always have other sorts of programs and special events going on. One of those on the Horizon Key is our Farmers Market.
The Farmers Market has just been a long-standing tradition here in the city of Tehachapi. We're excited about it, and we're taking those applications for musicians, for vendors, and those go through April 15th.
Yeah, on our website, liveuptehachapi.com is where you can apply, and we'd encourage everybody to apply. It's not necessarily on a first-come, first-served basis, but more so on what fits best with our community's needs and compared with what other applications we've gotten thus far.
And you can do that by emailing Jessica Garner, that's J. Garner, Garner, at TehachapiCityHall.com.
Yes, and another exciting program that we have going on here locally is the Build-A-Plane program. So over the last couple weeks, I had the chance to go out again and visit with Paul Nafziger, president of the Build-A-Plane program, and we talked to them on the podcast, and then again took a peek at what the students are working on currently in Hangar 17 West. And it's such an interesting program that they have there. The students are, my gosh, so bright and dedicated, and are just excited to show up to the hangar twice a week to learn more about a wide range of aerospace-related skills. So if you are interested in that, you can call the number below and get in touch with Paul to whether it's sign up as a student or a mentor. They are looking for both currently, so would recommend checking that out.
And as we look at the history of Build-A-Plane, that program has been very successful. The students, the alumni from the program, are working in aviation. They've aspired to do that. They've learned. They've got some The mentors that are there have helped guide them. They've gone on to aviation schools, different tech schools involving aviation, and are working currently in the industry.
But speaking of careers and in the industry, Key, we have some job openings here at the city.
We do. The city of Tehachapi, we constantly post on our website. Right now, the Tehachapi Police Department are looking for police officers, laterals, and also police officer trainees, as well as dispatchers. So you don't have to work in the sworn sector to be a part of the police department. You can also work on that civilian side. But we're looking police officers, laterals, trainees to go through the academy, as well as police dispatchers.
Yeah, absolutely. And next week is our National Dispatcher Week, correct?
It is.
Okay.
And being a retired public safety member, I can just tell you how critical it is to have good people that are answering the phones in the 911 and then putting the information out to the boots on the ground. So it's nice to take a week to recognize the hard work that these men and women do. And we've got 7 individuals assigned to the Tehachapi Police Department currently that work in this field, and they are very much appreciated.
Good stuff. Key, this is a lot of information that we have wrapped up here for the month of March and coming into the spring season. And we'll be back again, I hope.
Yeah, and we'd love to get your feedback. Please send us an email, media@tehachapicityhall.com. The purpose of this show is to take all of the work that's been put together for the previous weeks and to provide it to you in one sitting if you'd like. You can get it as we put it out individually, but also as we collect it all and present it to you as just one newscast.
Yes, wonderful. Key, thanks so much.
It was fun, Maya.